So I'm going to start with some factual data in the first videos that I'm going to record and give you, just so we can have a base of understanding of a child and who is a child. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about is the journey of a child development from birth to 6 years old. And this video will explore the major strategies of development between birth and 6 years old of age, highlighting both typical growth and potential challenges a child might face through these stages of life. At the end, I will answer some of the most common reflection questions, so stay with me. Child development from birth to 6 years old is a remarkable and dynamic process. During these foundational years, children experience rapid changes in their physical abilities, their thinking skills, their emotional skills, and social relationships. While most children progress smoothly through these stages, some may face challenges that require support from caregivers, educators, and healthcare professionals. Stage 1 is infancy, 0 to 2 years. The first 2 years of life are a time of incredible transformation. Infants develop essential motor skills, grasping, crawling, and walking, and begin exploring their world with curiosity. They form deep emotional attachments to their primary caregivers and begin to trust the people and environments around them. There are possible challenges like failure to thrive. Some infants are having difficulties to put on weight, and there could be due to nutrition, medical issues, or even emotional factors. There could be delayed milestones. Some babies start walking, crawling, bubbling a bit later. You need to know that it is normal, that they're not always at the same pace, but if you see that it has been a long time or it's very far off from where the child should be, you should contact your pediatrician. Stage 2, the toddlerhood, is from 2 to 3 years. Toddlers are explorers by nature. They are curious, independent, and full of energy. This stage is marked by rapid language development, emotional highs and lows, and growing desire to do things in their own. Then there are also possible challenges at this stage, which are tantrums and behavior issues. Toddlers often struggle to express their emotions, leading to outbursts of frustrations. And then there are toddlers who are actually finding really hard toilet training, and it requires lots of patience, consistency, understanding from the caregivers, of course. Then there is stage 3, preschool, 3 to 5 years. The preschool years are a period of growing imagination, social interactions, and curiosity. Children learn to express themselves through language, play, and creativity. They also begin forming friendships and developing social rules. The possible challenges here are speech and language delays. We can see more and more this time of our culture that more and more children are facing difficulties with language. There are lots of supports we can give the children to catch up with their language development and make it better. And then there are also behavior challenges. There are some children who show aggression and find it really difficult to navigate their emotions, and they find it really hard to find their social boundaries. This is also something where we can support the child very well, and we can find different strategies where they can learn and grow. And then there is stage 4, early school year. It's age 5 to 6 years. At this stage, children prepare for a more structured world of school. They refine motor skills, learn to follow routines, and become more aware of social rules. Their sense of self grows stronger as they interact with peers and teachers. And then there are, of course, possible challenges, like in every stages of life. Some children may find reading and writing and concentrating hard. There are lots of ways we can support it as well, that there are lots of strategies that we can implement for the child to help the child to learn to deal with these difficulties. And there are some children who find also difficulties in making friends with their peers. Some children are more attracted to younger or older children, or feel in a school setting being pushed out. So that is also something we can definitely support the child with, and help him to overcome these boundaries, social boundaries that he has created for himself. So here are the final reflection questions. The first one is, what is one insight you gained about early child development from this video? I think the most important one is, whilst there are defined developing stages and milestones, we have to remind ourselves that every child is different and they will hit their milestones in their own pace. The second question is, what are some signs that a child may need academic or emotional support in early school years? Finding hard to speak and express themselves, can't follow clear and easy instructions, and also not being able to concentrate. Those could be signs that the child is in difficulty. The third question is, why do tantrums occur and how can caregivers respond in a positive way? They occur mainly because the child is struggling to explain what he wants and how he feels about things. Another big factor is when a child is tired and hungry, he cannot focus, he cannot see reason. So the first thing I would do is to make sure he's well fed, not hungry, and well rested. This resolves a good 80% of any tantrum you are facing. And the most important thing after that is to try to stay as calm as possible, assess the difficulty the child is facing, and stay firm with them. Firm doesn't mean angry or aggressive, but assertive. The next question is, how does imaginative play support learning and emotional growing in preschoolers? Now, this is something that most caregivers and teachers are undervalued. Imaginative play teaches them emotions, empathy, and gives a strong base to language development. It also helps the child to develop interest toward others and helps the child to have the willingness to share. Now, the last question is, I'm not going to answer it because I want to give you a homework to do. Reflect on your own experiences. What early influences shaped who you are today? Have a good think about it, and have a good think about the people around you, how they behaved around you, and also reflect, how are you behaving around your own children now? And this is the end of this video. See you next time.